In tomorrow's Business Today, Chinese real estate investors flocking to the U.S. in droves. Lower investment returns at home, that is back in China, along with diversification benefits here, seem to be driving the flows. We're joined by Dottie Herman, CEO of Douglas Elliman Real Estate, Jason Meister, Addison Young Vice President. Jason, let's start with you on the commercial side, because I remember 15, 20 years ago, there was a big scare that they were going to buy up Rock Center, right? Everyone was worried about that. And then they sort of did, and then they backed off. Now they're back. Why?
They're back because China has a ton of housing troubles. The government has a lot of red tape. They're not seeing the returns that they saw in previous quarters and years. Last year, the final quarter of 2013, we saw record numbers of foreign investors, not just Chinese. We saw Canadians, South Americans, Mexico. We saw a whole host of foreign investment, but from China, we saw a ton of investment in Brooklyn, in New York, in Miami, LA. I'm actually working with a group from northern and central China right now, looking to buy office buildings in Manhattan. So there's just a ton of activity.
And it's distressed office property mainly that we're talking about here, right?
Not just the distress. They're also, they're not really paying attention to the financial market as much as domestic investors are. They don't care as much about the cap rates and the yields. They need to get money outside of China and into the U.S. The U.S. is basically a safe haven right now, and we're the best of the worst investments.
Right. I mean, and they just recently bought One Chase Plaza for $725 million. All right, Dottie, let's talk about the residential markets now. They're coming in droves, and they're really going high end, aren't they?
Oh, they're very high end, but actually, I would say their average is about 1 to 5 million. Now, you'll read about, especially like at 157, where they bought floors for 60 million, 90 million.
157.
Oh, 157th on 57th Street. Remember the one with the crane?
Yep.
Gary Barnett's building.
Just clarifying for our viewers.
And that they are buying floors. They like new. They like trophy, and they're buying it for their kids. We just had a woman who took an apartment for her 2-year-old child.
Every 2-year-old needs an apartment.
Well, yes, because she's counting on when they go to school, and she feels that they'll go to NYU, or actually Harvard's a long drive, but okay,
anything's
possible. Are doing it.
And they're expanding out of New York City too, aren't they? We're looking at Fairfield County, Bergen in New Jersey, Westchester County, New York. They're actually going outside the city too.
Yes. Other big places though, San Francisco, LA, and even Miami.
And what about Detroit, Jason? We've been hearing a lot of Chinese coming in to buy up Detroit, right?
Well, look, Detroit is one of the most distressed cities in the world. Where there is distress, foreign investment's going to go to it.
Do we worry about this as Americans?
They own our debt. They're now buying up our equity. I mean, we basically are tenants. The United States of America are tenants in the world.
It's a little bit scary.
Well, it is, because in many ways you can't do that if you're American and go buy someplace else. So we're kind of giving our country away.
At the same time, I could sell my house for a lot of money to somebody from China, right?
And that's why all our clients go, please bring us foreigners, bring us foreign customers.
It's crazy, and they're paying cash, aren't they?
They're paying all cash.
Yes.
It's craziness. Dottie Herman, Jason Meister, thank you both for the insight on that. I'm going to put my house up, Ash.
Yeah, good idea.